Hi everyone, welcome to verbal reasoning class this morning. I am Mrs. Olayinka. In today's verbal reasoning class, we'll be talking about homophones. Homophones. Now, in today's verbal reasoning class, we'll be learning quite a lot of things on homophones, and I want you to pay rapt attention to the class because you might have heard of the word homophones before, but it may be confusing. Because there are homophones, there are homonyms, and there are a lot of other words that sounds the same that may confuse you. So that's why I want you to pay close attention to this class this morning on homophones in verbal reasoning class. Because at the end of the class, I will expect you to be able to define homophone for me, and I'll expect you to be able to give me some examples of homophones, and then you should be able to use homophones in sentences. I'll be giving you quite a number of homophones for you to learn from, and then I'll be giving you some sentences using homophones so that on your own you will be able to work with homophones, and then you will be able to answer any class activity I'll be sending to you tomorrow. Now, what is homophone? You can see a very clear picture here talking about homophone. Homo means the same. Phone talks about sound. Homo means what? The same. Phone means sound. So from the two words that we put together there, you can be able to deduce or try to see how you can define homophone. We have the same and sound. So we want to try. What is homophone? Good. The same sound. Now we have et, right, see, and see. You can see the same sound. Et, right, see, and see. The same sound. But there's something else that is involved in this definition. So I'll be giving you the correct definition and the complete definition in the next slide. So I want you to have a picture of what we're talking about so that on your own you will be able to define homophone on your own, even without me saying anything. And I'm sure you'll be able to at least have a picture or have an idea of what homophone is. The same sound. Now, what is homophone? Homophones are words that have different spellings. Please note this action points. They have different spellings, different meaning, but the same pronunciation or sound. Can you get what I just explained? Different spellings, different meaning, the same pronunciation or sound. Let's say it again. Homophones are words that have different spellings, different meaning, but the same pronunciation or sound. They sound the same, and they have the same pronunciation. Now let's go. Let me explain it. Let me buttress it again. A homophone is a word that is pronounced the same, just like I just explained here. Pronounced the same, to varying extents. You know what that means? To a very good extent, it's pronounced the same. Do you know why this is in the brackets? Why we have this little clause here? Because some pronunciation are not so exactly the same. Okay, let me show you something. Look at et, and we have what? 8. Figure 8 and et. Can you see? There's a little bit difference in the pronunciation. That does not mean that it is not homophone. That's why we say the word that is pronounced the same to varying extents as another word, but they are different. Differs means what? Different. Differ stands for different. But they differ in meaning. They differ in meaning. Alright, they also differ in spellings. Do you get that? They differ in meaning and they differ in spellings. They are different in two things, but they are the same in one. Differ in meaning, differ in spelling, the same in sound. Look at the example here. We have two, two, two. You can see that they have the same sound. Two, 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 two. This is a preposition. This is a figure. And this is a conjunction. Do you get that? Now, they are all homophones. Let's go to the next slide. Wow, we have a very clear and beautiful picture here talking about homophones. And it's saying they can't treat us and they won't trick us anymore. They won't trick us. Homophones won't trick us anymore. You know the differences in the words, and you know the differences in the meaning. The only way that homophones will not be able to trick us any longer is when we know the meaning of each of those words. If you know the meaning of two, and you know the meaning of two, and you know the meaning of two, you will not use them wrongly in sentences. You will not, because you know the meaning of each of those words. So the only way homophones will not trick us any longer is when we know the meaning of each of those homophones used in the sentence. Now, as the class proceeds, I'll be showing you a lot of homophones that we have in English language, quite a number of them. And then you also be giving me feedback at the end of the class. So pay close attention as we go. Now, what are some of the examples of homophones that we have? Now, some of them are and and one is the air that will breathe in, the breeze that will breathe, the head that will receive, the breeze that you're receiving as you're receiving this class now. You're in a place where you can receive fresh air, or maybe breeze from a ceiling fan or a standing fan. That's air. Then the other air is to make a mistake. This second air means to make mistake. Now, the two of them have different meaning, but they have the same sound. Although they have the same different spellings as well, but they have the same sound. So if you don't know the meaning of each of those words used, you may use them wrongly in English comprehension or passages or grammars or sentences you want to make, or composition. That's why sometimes when we write our compositions, we may have, the examiner may have to circle some of those words. Why? Because we have used a wrong word in a wrong context. Now we have another one, advice and advice. Advice and advice. You know the difference between the two of them? A noun and a verb. A noun and a verb. Come, let me give you an advice. That's a noun. Now, the other one is a verb. I have advised you severally to desist from lying. That is what? A verb. I have advised. That's the verb, advised. So we have noun and verb. That is what this is talking about. Then we have homophones. Talking about more examples, we have pray and pray. Pray and pray. Can anybody tell me what pray means? I'm very sure that everybody knows pray. What's the meaning of pray? Close your eyes, let us pray. Okay, good. Now, what is pray? The other one is pray. What is pray? Okay. Yeah, let me help you out. Prey means a victim of something. You may be a prey when you're a victim of maybe an assault, maybe a victim of another animal, or a victim of something. You're just a prey in the hands of a predator. So that means you're a victim in the hands of somebody that wants to harm or do something wrong to you. Now we have new and new. I'm sure you know this one very well. What's the meaning of new? Past tense of no. Then we have new. Something that is fresh, modern. Good. Now we have another picture here. Nose and nose. Nose and nose. Good. Do you know the difference between the two of them? Good. To understand something, that's no. To have a knowledge of something, that's no. Then you know your nose now. You want using what? What do you use your nose for? Breathing. Okay. And for perceiving as well. You perceive with your nose. Use your nose to smell. Now we have more examples. Homophones can't trick us anymore. I'm very, very sure of that. After this class, homophones won't trick us again. Now we have sheep and sheep. You want to tell me the difference? Sheep and sheep. Okay. Which one is an animal out of the two of them? This? No. This? Yes. This is an animal. And then this is a means of transportation on where? On air? No. On water. Is a means of transportation on water. Sheep. Now we have thick and thick. You want to tell me the difference? Thick means something is very strong and you can't break it easily. Now we have, this is thick when something is very strong, you can't break it easily. And then thick means what? What am I doing now? What am I doing? I'm ticking it. I want to tick it. I'm ticking something. I'm ticking that word. That's thick. Now let's go to the next one. On homophones, we have roots and roots. Roots and roots. Roots is a part of the plant that is under the ground. Part of the plant that is under the ground, and we have roots. Roots talks about paths. A way. A pathway. Do you get it? Pathway. Place you can a route where you can pass. Then we have deer and deer. You want to tell me the difference between these two? Okay. Which one is an animal out of the two of them? This? No. This is the animal. Deer is an animal. And then this is a way you address somebody that is close to your heart. You can say, dear mommy, dear daddy, dear friend. Somebody that's very close to you, say the person is your dear. Wow, that's my dear. Oh, my dear. You see some older elderly ones, they will say, wow, how are you, dear? Or how are you, dear? So that's where you refer to somebody that's close to you, your heart. Now let's go to how we can use homonym sentences. I have quite a number of sentences here. Now, and I've been able to bring out the homophones from the sentences. Now, she did not see the little maid on the sea. She did not see the little maid on the sea. Sorry, it is supposed to be sea. She did not see the little maid on the sea. So we have sea and sea. They are the homophones used in the sentence. Sea and sea. I brought it out, sea and sea. Sea means to be able to sight, to see, to look at somebody. Why sea is a large amount of portion of water. Now we have, I got my transport fare from the fair lady. Fair and fair. Fair. This is money for transport, and fare means completion. My transport fare from the fair lady. Transport fare, money for moving here and there, using any means of transportation. That's the fare. And you can see my fare this week is 500 naira. My fare last week was 450. Now, the fare means completion, your color of your complexion, which is not dark, but fair. Now we have pear and pear. This is for pair of sandal, and then pear, that's a fruit that is being eaten. It has the same sound, but different spelling and different meaning. Now let's go to more sentences. The housemaid made some crunches for the family. Maid and maid. Maid and maid. That maid is M-A-I-D, is someone that assists in the house. While maid is a past tense of make. Two of them have the same sound but different meaning. The rich sailor was told he would reach his destination soon. Rich sailor was told he would reach. Rich and rich. Rich talks about affluence, how wealthy you are. That's rich. Then rich means to get to a place. Get to. That's rich. Now let's go to the next slide. Still on sentences. Mr. Matthew sent one of his male employees to check his mail for the day. We have male and male. Male and male. Okay, male talks about gender, like we talked about in our last class. Gender. That's the masculine gender is male. The male is your letters or whatever comes into your electronic mail in a day or in a week. Now, the cleaner was not allowed to shout aloud at the reception. Aloud and aloud. The cleaner was not allowed to shout aloud at the reception. Aloud and aloud. Can you see now? That's how to use homophones in sentences. And I have a lot of common homophones around. Accept, accept. It's, affect, effect. elicit, elicit, principle, principle, stationary, stationary, then, done, true, true, past, past, discrete, discrete, capital, capital, lead, lead, counsel, counsel, Q, Q, apart, apart, boost, boost. Okay? Alright. Now, we have a lot of another two set of sentences here. It was so unfortunate that the site engineer lost his sight while planning to execute the honor of the building. It was so unfortunate that the site engineer lost his sight while planning to execute the honor of the building. Site and site. Site means a place where you want to develop a building. While site means see whether the way you can see, using your eyes to see. Now, Okon became very weak on the last day of the week after the hard work. Okon became very weak on the last day of the week. Okay? Now, Okon became very weak. Sorry, this is supposed to be spelled W-E-A-K. Okon became very weak on the last day of the week after the hard work. Now we have week and week. Week means days of the week. A week in a month. And then week means when you are very tired. You can't do much more work again. Now other sentence again. Remove that wristwatch of yours before you wash those dirty clothes. Remove that wristwatch of yours before you wash those dirty clothes. We have watch and wash. Your watch is what says your time. Wash means to take care of dirty clothes or laundry. Then make sure that letter does not get to the recipient later than today. Letter and later. Letter means a written document. Then later means a time after or a time before. Now we have letter and later. Conclusion. Homophones. You can see them. They are words that sound the same but have different meaning, are usually different in spellings. And I have quite some of them here too. Please look at them and then it will help you locate the words, locate them to their correct homophones. Thank you very much for listening to this class. We have come to the end page of the evaluation. So who can tell me what is an homophone? What is an homophone? I'm listening. Good. Now, give 10 examples of homophones. 10. Okay. In pairs, 2 like that. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Alright. Now let's go to number 3 questions. Use these homophones to make sentences. Allowed and allowed. Male and male. Weak and weak. Alright. I'm listening. Allowed and allowed. Good. Male and male. Brilliant. Weak and weak. Beautiful. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day and see you in tomorrow's class. Bye.